Hello and welcome to the Empowered as Fuck channel. I am LJ the coach, life coach to the stars. No, not yet. But I am a life coach and I am the life coach that is absolutely dedicated to helping you build a life filled with fun, freedom, and purpose that you can be passionate about. You're going to hear that in like all of my videos because it's really something that I'm dedicated to. It's something that I'm dedicated to for myself and now for you too. So this is the introduction video. I've been recording for 3 months. I am launching my YouTube journey on February 28th, so in like 2 weeks. And I'm just now getting around to recording this introduction video because I have read like 3 different books and a bunch of blogs, and they all give conflicting various advice as to what your first video should be. Some say, yes, you should do a formal introduction. Some say just launch and, just do a regular video. And so I was like, oh my God, what the hell am I supposed to do? So what I thought about is what's important to me. Oh, one of my lights is, I'll keep that in too. Okay, so what's important to me is that you know who I am and what I'm about, how I'm going to help you, right? I want you to know if I am the person to help you, because maybe I'm not your person or you're not my person. That's perfectly fine. But I guess I just want to find my people and have you guys find me. And so I guess in like telling my story, we're going to find each other. And then the people that are meant for me will be here. And yeah, that's it. Oh, the light went, it's back on. I guess it's going to do that. It literally has not done that. And like the 20 minutes I spent like hyping myself up for this, the light did not do that. But as soon as I'm on a roll, it's fucking up. Okay, anyways. Oh, all right, here. We're going to start with my story. So the first semester of my freshman year in college was one of the hardest times of my life. I struggled so much with the classes, assignments, imposter syndrome, and what I didn't know at the time was untreated ADHD and depression, which I have had both since childhood. During freshman intake a few weeks earlier, we all sat down and talked about why we chose Wayne State. I went to Wayne State. Most of the kids had parents who were alumni. My mom was in the nursing program, said one. My dad went to the law school, said another. And I soon found out that I was in a room surrounded by the children of doctors, nurses, lawyers, MBAs, NBA, and I was just like, oh shit, I do not fit in here. So my single teenage mom was a high school dropout. When I moved into the dorms at Wayne State, my mom and sister moved into a shelter because we were homeless again. As the semester commenced, I struggled. There we go. As the semester commenced, I struggled with all of the reading and assignments. I've never struggled academically. K through 12. That was literally all I had, was that I was an honor roll, straight A student. That was the only consistency throughout all of the chaos and stuff in my life. Somehow, I always managed to be a straight A student. So it was all I had. It was my ticket out of the projects, or so I thought. I quickly realized that I was a fraud, some homeless kid posing as an academic. Like that's really what I thought. And as the semester went on, I continued to struggle. And it became clearer those doubts I had during the freshman orientation were right on the money. I had no business being at a university. I missed school frequently growing up because we were always in and out of homeless shelters across the state. I realized that being a straight A student was just some stunt I pulled off. Trickery, deceit. I cried for weeks. I felt like a pathetic loser for weeks. I briefly thought back to my suicide attempt when I was 10 and thought maybe this time it'll work. I sat in the lounge and weighed my options. God had already rejected me from heaven once, and I wasn't sure that I wanted to test his patience with me again. So my options were to drop out or somehow make this college thing work. Dropping out meant finding a shelter, hoping I could find a shelter with space because it was the fall, it was getting cold. Or I could go back to living in abandoned houses, which I had did sometimes. and then find a full-time job somewhere. So go, if I can't get a shelter, get an abandoned house, get a full-time job, just make it from there. I didn't know it at the time, but this situation turned out to be the first time I took a shot on myself. I knew that dropping out meant going back to having nothing and being nothing. Luckily for me, I was sick and tired of the world seeing me as nothing and nobody. I decided to somehow make this college thing work. I had no idea how I do it, but I literally had nothing to lose. It took me a minute to realize that I had like the whole semester. So like if I just failed all of my classes that semester, fine, but at least give it a shot, girl. Yeah, it took me a minute, but I got there. So I dropped my most difficult class and decided to focus all my time, energy, blood, sweat, and gallons of tears on the classes I had left. And somehow, through a minor miracle, I completed my first semester in college with one withdrawal and straight A's in my other classes. It wasn't until I sat down to write this that I realized it wasn't a miracle or a mystery that I made it through my first semester with A's, a bachelor's degree with a 3.5, and a master's degree with a 3.95. It was hard fucking work. It was discipline, sacrifice, and years of surviving with nothing that pulled me through. I promised myself to never be homeless again, to never live in the projects again, to give myself all of the stability and security I never had growing up. I'm so proud of me reading this. And that brings me to today. I no longer have anything to prove to anyone. I've already proved that I'm beyond good enough, smart enough, strong enough. I'm sitting in my beautiful 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment that I pay for myself. And I remember like we were in a warming center. It was a church, and you get to stay there overnight, and they kick you out at 6 a.m. And we went to the Meijer across the street, and that's how we bathed every day. We had the paper towel, the soap, and the water in the bathroom at Meijer. So to go from that to a 2-bedroom, 2-bath that I pay for myself. I don't know how I pulled that off, kid. A car that I've paid off myself, and a white collar 9-to-5 that allows me to not just take care of myself, but to also be a source of stability and security for my family. I did that. I did it all on my own with nothing but my wits and determination to be more and have more than I did growing up. I have nothing left to prove. I could stop right now, maybe work my way up the ladder and create a nice stable life for myself, but I want more than that. I need more than that. I need all the other little girls out there struggling to get by, wondering if there's even a place for them in the world to know it gets better, it gets easier, and that life is worth sticking around for. That's really hard because, like, you shouldn't be trying to commit suicide at 10. Like, that should not be happening. And, yeah. But it gets better, it gets easier, and life really is worth sticking around for. I need my sisters to know that the trauma and abuse that marked their childhood doesn't need to be scars they carry for the rest of their life. I need you to know that anxiety doesn't mean you're lost, depression doesn't mean you're weak, and ADHD doesn't mean you're broken. You're ambitious as hell. You really are. Like my girls, like my community we're gonna come together. Like, girl, you are ambitious as hell, but maybe you don't have the clarity you need to figure out your next move. You're beautiful beyond belief, even when you don't see it. You're resilient as fuck and bounce back better than flubber. Yes, I wrote that. Your courage inspires me. Like, there's so many of my friends, like, I kind of want to, like, say their names, but at the same time, I don't, But, like, there's so many of my friends, like, their faces are going through my head right now. Alicia, April, Tara, Bridget, Farheen. Like, oh, my God. Your courage inspires me. Your will to continue to push, Tiff, through and move forward even when it's hard, even when it hurts, pushes me to do everything I can to empower you. I used to think it was really weird when celebrities and influencers said, I love you to their fans and followers, because, like, girl, you don't even know those people. But now I understand that loving your fellow human is one of the most beautiful things you can do. To love people you don't personally know, to want the best for them, to hold space for their struggles, to guide them to achievements they didn't even know was possible, and celebrate their wins as if they're your own. Like, that's everything that I want for you. That is everything, everything. I don't know you personally, but I want the best for you. I'm going to hold space for your struggles. I'm going to guide you to achievements that you didn't even know was possible. I'm going to celebrate your wins as if they're my own, because that's amazing. That's the most beautiful part of humanity. Just say that's going to be a pledge for me to you, right? Okay. I'm so glad that you're joining me on this empowerment journey. I'll show you how to build your confidence, silence your inner critic, overcome imposter syndrome. Like, girl, no, really, I am. Stop the self-doubt and overthinking everything. We're going to deep dive into healing any trauma or abuse you experience so the pain doesn't keep impacting your life. As a social justice advocate, I'm going to explore Black feminism and give you a framework for dealing with the world in this sexist and racist ass society. And honestly, that's just the tip of the iceberg. When I tell you this channel is going to be a one-stop shop for everything. But I mean it. I swear I mean it. When I tell you that this channel is going to be a one-stop shop for everything you need to build the life of your wildest dreams, baby, this is it. Seriously, girl. Baby girl. I got you. And we are going to have so much fun. It is. It's going to be fun. I can't wait. So jump in. I'm going to have the content organized into pillars for you so you can jump in exactly where you need. Wow. I did this. I love you and thank you for joining me on this journey. And I'm just so happy to celebrate your achievements and wins as my own. Oh, subscribe, like, notify. I forgot this shit is still a channel. Subscribe, like, notify, sign up for notifications, do all of that stuff. I'm going to put a picture up here. All right. Bye.